Hi, the reason of this video is to explain you what is the TOEFL, what it is for, what are the main difference between TOEFL exams, and we're gonna give you some tips to increase your score in this TOEFL exam. What the TOEFL means, Test of English as a Foreign Language. It is an international exam that tests your skills and abilities in English. This test is required for some colleagues, universities, and for some enterprises that needs people who speak English. Uh, this text is written and published by the Educational Testing Service in Princeton, New Jersey, in USA. Well, there are two types of TOEFL exam. One of these is the computer-based, called ABT, and the other is the paper-based, called ATP. Actually, in CUSEA, it will be a simulation of the ATP. But what are the main difference between these two types of exams? Well, the difference is that in the ITP there are just three sections that are the listening, reading and grammar structure and the reading. And in the IBT there are five sections that are the listening, reading and grammar structure, reading, speaking and writing. Another thing is that in nowadays the IBT is getting more popular and has become more accepted for the universities, for enterprises. Uh, can you fail in the TOEFL exam? No, nobody can fail the TOEFL exam. You just get the score that you get finally. So, but you need to know that some universities require certain times, scores, or points. So, if you want to get that, you need to work for that. Well, another thing is that how long expires the TOEFL exam? Well, the TOEFL exam expires 2 years after you apply these exams. And how many times you can present this exam? As many you.
IBT tests directly measure your skill on reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Some support skills are tested indirectly. Others are not tested but will support your chance to doing well. ITP tests directly measure your skill on reading and listening, and a general comprehension of the grammar and structure of the language. Studying for the TOEFL test, it's really important to identify your strengths and your weakness. Identify what motivates you. Recognize your most effective strategy of learning. Use your test preparation as soon as you decide to take the exam. On a regular basis, studying a small amount of material daily is most effective than studying a huge information in one sitting. All English practice is helpful. Watching a movie or a listening comprehension skills. You can read English wallpapers or a magazine articles couldn't help you as well. To study for a TOEFL test, you may consider the following activities. Analyze your strengths. What strengths you use to master those skills. Identify your learner style. Think about your learn state. Motivate yourself and set goals. Check your progress. Modify your study plan and periodically review your goals.
Well, now I'm gonna give you some tips that can help you to increase your score in TOEFL test. These skills are called note taking, paraphrasing, and summarizing. Well, first of all, note taking. Note taking is an important skill for any student to develop. This skill is the most effective way to organize and remember information that you hear or that you read in some class or outside. But how it will help you in the TOEFL test? It will help you focus your attention if what are you reading or what are you listening. For example, if in an audio you get lost in a question, you just get back to your notes and you can answer this question. But you need to know that to be a good note taker, you need to develop two important skills. One of these is the taking notes from writing tests, and there is the taking notes from the spoken test. Always that you do things like this, you need to do it quickly as you can. but always focus all your attention. Focus all your attention. You can search the main information. You can paraphrase the main idea. The next skill is paraphrasing. Learning to paraphrasing quickly and effectively can help you to remember and understand the main ideas of the text that are you reading or audios that are you listening. It's also an important tool for the TOEFL test ABT. It's also an important tool if you need to do a speech or you need to do an essay quickly. At least is the summarizing. Well, you will need to learn how to do a summary clear. If you do a summary clear of one of the tests that you read, you can read it more coherent and it's much shorter than the original test.